Lay.
I want to study art and engineering, but I don't know which one to choose. Can you help me see what's better for me?
Yeah, sure.
For example, I'm studying industrial engineering, and you have to deal with optimization of complex process and system. Basically, it's with times, money, materials, man hours, and machine time. And you can work in quality control, production, and
Well,
sales.
hi, I'm studying food engineering. Well, the food engineering is a type of engineering who that works with food products. Well, in this career, you will have classes like chemistry. You will have classes like mathematics, a lot of laboratories. But certainly, what an engineer do, it's like to create food or to preserve packaged food longer, so we as a human can have a better product.
Well, I'm a mechanic engineering manager, and I'm dealing with mathematics, basic science, and I'm specializing in activities relating to the design of installation, operation, maintenance of mechanical system, process of every product that we use in life, and that's what a mechanical engineer does.
I like the most of my career is the knowledge obtained that you can run your own business and you will see techniques in the life cycle process to apply anywhere in your company to launch your own product and so on. And what it is like, for example, sometimes I don't like about the career is constantly under pressure work in production department. For example, you have a deadline to provide results.
If you'd ask me what I like the most of my career, it's too cold out here. Shall we come inside to explain you more?
Oh, it's brightly better on here, right? Well, coming back to the topic, what if you'd ask me why do I like my career? Well, I answer you that well, this is my first semester. So the last summer I have not decided yet what I wanted to study, but there were some cons and pros that catch my attention. Well, I like processes in food, and I will have 3 semesters with laboratories about food processes, but nevertheless, they say these laboratories are hard to manage with. They also say that in this career you have lots of opportunity to have a good work. Thus, I will have to make my best effort to achieve my goals. Well, that's all.
I think, well, what I like of this career is that this career has a very good reputation because it's one of the most complete and tough engineering that all the Sistema Tech has. And the mechanic engineer manager, I think, is better than industrial engineer because an example between an industrial engineer and a mechanic manager is that a mechanic manager would know all the processes of all the products and all the materials that you need to use for to create a product and a specific product and an industrial engineer he only knows the standard procedures, not like a mechanical engineer manager knows all the processes.
Well, in my case, what I like is a good question. For example, um, when you study this career, all the knowledge obtained, you can run your own business, and you will see when you work in a company, you will see the techniques in all the life cycle and you can apply it to anywhere to launch your own product. And what I most like of this career that is diverse. You can work in sales, manufacturing, and in production line, and so on. And if you ask me what I dislike, I will say, for example, I don't like to work constantly and under pressure. So, for example, if you work in a production line, you have a deadline, and you have achieve some results to grow the company. Sometimes this kind of situation are very, very hard.
Well, why did I choose my career? I can tell you that first of all, because I like my career. Uh, that was the one which grabbed my attention. But secondly, because companies frequently employ us because they know we promote the growth of the company. Uh, well, there are plenty of reasons why we are employed. A person in this position may be asked to find ways to to adjust an unstable product, such as a milk, such as a cheese, and convert it into a stable product. Um, that's what I can tell you about why I liked.
Well, when I was just about to graduate myself from high school, I was very confused about what I was going to study. I didn't know what to do. And I was almost 100 that I was going to study an engineer, but I didn't know which one was the most appropriate for me. But one day I read an article about mechanic engineering manager, and I liked all the responsibilities caught my attention, and I decided to go in that way.
Well, the current status of my career is a bit hard because, as you know, the job market has changed and is more competitive. And one advice, capacitation. Capacitation is a plus in your resume, and in some venture is a required feature. This means that you still have to study industrial engineering and see newspaper, e-papers, and check your email for courses and training session imparted by companies in your area. This is very important. In the future, for example, in my case, I would like to work in Toyota company because their company culture is one of, I think, in my that is one of the best of the world. So the culture is one of the best of the world, and with higher standard for their employees. And despite, I liked no esa parte cortada.
Well, in the future, a food industry engineer can work in both in national and multinational organizations within outside and inside of Mexico. Uh, I can be employed in different corporations or businesses like of manufacturing, conservation of food, beverages, food additives, food packaging, machines for the food industry. It's a whole and a big branch of uh, of companies where I can work.
Well, in my case, in the future, I will be able to be employed for many corporations because I'm being trained to be responsible for designing and interacting different processes, designing mechanical systems, plan strategies, and manage product systems, efficient use of human and material resources, and design and optimize devices for fluid flow and thermostatic changes and all that stuff.
Thank you very much, guys.